Hello everyone, it's King Sloth back again with a brand new video. Today we're reacting to OPLAN Exodus. I've been sent this now multiple times through Instagram, people commenting on the videos. Like I say, once again, just comment down below what you want me to react to next, because eventually it gets put on the phone, it gets added to the list, and I'm working through them. Slowly but surely, I'm getting there, I'm starting to catch up with you all. So put a comment down below what you want me to react to. Wow, we're at 2,010 subs. Considering the goal was 1,000 by the end of the year, but absolutely smashing it. But remember, also, memberships on the channel will be starting soon, where you can get a sneak peek into my live everything. You can get priority gameplay, priority videos getting reacted to, everything. You will get the first pick of everything. There'll also soon be members only streams where you can hop in, and it'll be private just for members. So you can literally jump in, see how the videos are made, you can talk to me as we go along. But let's get into the reaction.
10 p.m. night of January 24, 2015.
2015. Roger. Not that long ago, really. What, 7 years? Almost 8 years?
190 SAF commandos are on their way to an unfamiliar territory to carry out a classified mission.
Okay.
Mission which the SAF are the most capable of.
SAF are like
the Special Action Force, or SAF, is an elite unit of the Philippine National Police.
Okay.
The members were chosen among a number of participants who had undergone a tough selection procedure.
So they're like the
members then
the best of their area, the best in their
operations,
possibility.
such as raids, hostage rescue, and counter-terrorism.
Trying for certain jobs, I like that.
To end coup d'etat attempts in the late 1980s.
Military coup.
And the Zamboanga siege in 2013.
Okay, never heard of that. I'll have to have a look into that.
Of the Special Action Force. Months before this mission, an intelligence report, allegedly from the United States, revealed that two of the most wanted terrorists in several countries are currently hiding in the marshlands of Mamasapan.
Marshland, pain in the arse. For any soldier, pain in the arse marsh.
The objective of the SAF is to infiltrate and capture terrorists Abdul Basit Usman, and the main target, one of FBI's most wanted terrorists, Zulkifli bin Hir.
Marwan, yeah, he makes the IEDs. I've heard about him.
He's a Malaysian terrorist who specializes in bomb making.
Man, he used to make the IEDs.
Group, Marwan was involved in a number of attacks and plots in South
I know about the Bali bombings.
including a reported
Mindanao attacks, I've never heard of it.
during his visit in the Philippines.
I understand that. Try and keep
Was averted.
religion. Don't want to mix religions in that
This
area.
mission, however, was not new to the SAF. Efforts to capture Marwan can be dated back to 2010, wherein 9 consecutive attempts have been
Jesus Christ.
none were successful.
9
Most
attempts.
missions were
Guarantee
aborted.
those two blokes there, like,
Cases
we can't be
where
killed.
one
We cannot be
was able
captured.
to escape.
9 attempts by literally special
This
forces.
time,
And got away every
officials
time.
responsible of the operation
Wow.
were confident that the outcome would be different. With this confidence in mind, the SAF commandos prepares as they get closer to the site.
So they're
to
hoping
carry out
the 10th time is the charm.
a
That's
mission
their
that will
plan.
forever be
Anyway.
remembered by Filipinos. A mission named OPLAN Exodus.
OPLAN Exodus. Actually, kind of like this. It's pretty well made. Like, I like documentaries as this. Like, it's not proper footage. Because you usually don't like proper battle footage. They get upset about it. Animation, it's not that bad. I'm guessing there's not going to be any like blood and explosions and body parts everywhere. An SAF 44 documentary. This is going to be, I like this so far. Very well made. The plan, okay. This is what I need to critique.
Divided as special action companies, the SAF commandos will follow a
Seaborne.
planned route and will position
So
at
6 different
assigned
groups.
locations
Okay.
on the map.
So they've got the proven route, well, the route they've
Uniform
planned to
SAC,
take.
or Seaborne, which is
I like that.
composed of 41 commandos, is the team assigned to capture Marwan and Usman.
41 is not a lot of
and they control the
soldiers if you
movement
think about it.
of other
41 trying to
SACs.
take two very
Just
high
behind
profile
Seabourn,
targets, which are
the 55th
guaranteed to
SAC,
have
composed of
a lot of
36
protection.
commandos, will become the
Guaranteed.
Force, which will serve as the primary support and security for
To get,
Seabourn.
so Seabourn needs to get out,
The
55th come
remaining
in.
SACs, which are composed of more than 300 SAF commandos, will serve as support groups, securing the exits of both SACs.
Correct.
Meanwhile, the 43rd SAC will position along the drop-off point, securing both ends of the highway.
To stop any reinforcements coming down the road if they get called, I'm guessing, and stop civilian casualties.
Time. However, this was unlikely, as the terrain leading to the targets was a huge obstacle for the commandos.
Yeah,
The
marshland.
was covered with vast areas of cornfields and deep rivers.
Cornfield is less of a problem than rivers. Cornfield's definitely, you've got at least a bit of cover. Rivers, if you get shot at,
their territory.
you're fucked, really.
Throughout the marshland, several armed groups are situated at
Okay.
areas, the largest of which are the BIFF
The BIT
and the MILF.
and the mill. Oh,
The BIFF
Jesus Christ.
is a militant organization based in Mindanao, seeking to have an independent Islamic state for the Muslim
The
minority.
bits. Those that don't know that the British Army call people who are on sick
MILF,
bits.
also a group
And
in
MILF,
Mindanao,
I'm guessing
is
you
an
wonder what
organization which
MILFs
seeks to separate
mean.
from the central
That is the
government
Philippines.
and have an autonomous region for the Moro people.
Jesus Christ.
Fortunately, the government and the MILF are currently in an ongoing peace talks, prohibiting both parties from doing aggressive actions.
Okay.
Basically, a ceasefire.
So you shouldn't have to worry about
However,
that. You shouldn't have to worry about that group.
being classified, the MILF were not informed of the operation.
Okay, now you need to worry because if they haven't been notified of it, then they can see it as an attack on them. The ceasefire's broken, that's it, all hell's gonna break loose.
OPLAN Exodus.
Which is a bit of a mistake, but also, then again, if it's confidential, you can't really risk that, letting the people know then two targets getting away.
Led by Superintendent Raymond Traina, advances.
Got the night vision on, ready to go. You wouldn't be that close together in real life. You wouldn't be that close, bunched up. You're just a mortar attack away from getting destroyed. All here.
Remaining special action companies are waiting for the right time to depart, as their movements dependent on the movement of Seabourn.
Yeah.
However, due to an unfamiliar terrain and the strong currents of the rivers,
Okay.
Seabourn did minor changes to the planned route.
So that would have to be passed back to the 55th SAC, because you always follow the proven route.
Of the 55th SAC and the remaining support group.
You know, if you follow their trail, you are less likely to hit with enemy or IEDs or anything like that, because you know they've already been through it. Well, let's get into contact Seabourn. Let's get it. Come on. 4 AM, Jan. So sun should be coming up January. What, 2-3 hours maybe? Philippines? Probably 2 hours. So they've got a very short window before their cover is near enough blown. Usman Hut, Mark. So Marwan Hut is closer. Go for the closest one first. 13 cross. And then you leave the other ones back across the other side of the river for support and an exit strategy. You would have to walk so slowly. If you alert one of them before the capture, you're fucked. So many people surround you. But I guarantee the thing with bombs all around that, hidden IEDs. He's an IED expert bar one, so I would not be surprised if BB traps it all. So quiet, you gotta get through. There you go. IED, that's it. Bombs on off. Everyone around you can't hear fuck all. But the enemy have heard you. They know.
Improvised traps.
There you go. They knew exactly what was going to happen. In reality, you know, they're not going to come through the main entrance, are they? So let's just surround the back area. Oh, my people, don't go over there because you're going to blow up. Here we go. My one with the AK.
Meanwhile,
13 people
hidden
fighting.
from sight, Abdul Basit Usman escapes.
Yeah, that's a high profile. He's gone straight away. He ain't risking that.
Unfortunately,
Disappears.
the gunshots awoke the armed groups in the area.
That's what I thought, yeah. Everyone now knows something's going on. Run. Oh, look at the Biffs are all running. All the Biffs are running. And the Mills. The Mills are coming out of nowhere. Fuck. And then also the other armed groups, which are separatists. 15 minutes after the ID going off. Still fighting. You know you've got to hit that target, and you know you've got to prove you've hit that target.
Seaborn had successfully neutralized one of the world's most dangerous men.
Guarantee after that though, you walk in that room, you see your target's dead. You're like,
Without delay,
10th
they
attempt,
took a DNA
got him,
sample,
got him. Get sampled, get the picture,
was taken.
get the fuck out, that's the plan. Then again, they wouldn't know the other bloke's disappeared yet.
A
Because they're
SAF
going
commando
on.
then sent a text message to the command saying Mike 1, bingo, which meant that the target was neutralized.
So I'm guessing if they got 2, it'd be Mike 2 bingo.
Triumph was
But
felt
they got
among
1.
the commandos outside as they've heard the word bingo.
Don't celebrate.
That triumph won't last.
You've got a lot of enemy coming
As
your
Seaborn
way.
attempts to unite with the 55th SAC for the
Jesus,
exit.
man. They're already waiting. They know exactly what's going on.
Already surrounded.
Wow. And they've got a river crossing to get across as well.
The 55th SAC, which was delayed
Ooh.
for hours, attempts to reach their designated waypoint.
Once again, now the enemy are on alert. It's a risky. You're going up a following route knowing you're walking into enemy fire. In reality. Barangay Tukalalpao?
As they were navigating through the cornfields of Barangay
Tukanalipao.
they heard men shouting around the area.
Yeah, because they would have been told there's enemy nearby, get ready. And they'll go to like nearest strategic positions like bridges or anywhere they think the enemy can come through, or the route they think that the Seaborn had
They
taken.
formed a defensive perimeter.
Correct? Or on defence. Get your fucking eyes peeled, don't make any noise.
Across the river, they saw MILF members gathering near the bridge.
At the bridge, stop people getting across.
SAC waited. Their only cover was the cornfield and the darkness.
I understand that's, yeah,
Long.
that's how the dusk. Told ya, you've got to... I get they wanted to leave at probably the time that knew that most of them were going to be definitely asleep, but they didn't leave a lot of time for this to actually happen. The planning that seems to have gone into this, considering you knew that there were enemy in the area, didn't seem very well planned. Protect the bridge, and they've just got to stay in the cornfield until they make the call. Do they shoot? Not weigh up the option. And oh wow, they're surrounded by
As
everything
dawn
as well.
breaks, the 77 commandos of the 55th SAC and Seaborn
Wow.
are to be surrounded by over 1,000 combined members of the MILF, BIFF, and other private armed
I think there's about 100 soldiers there
At the location
currently
of Seaborn,
against 1,000.
It was a fight for survival. Thinking they were unmatched by the unknown number of armed groups shooting at them,
Need to
they
get out
decided to retreat to the river
any
and
way
took a
possible.
different exit route to avoid the enemies. But then again, they got surrounded.
Yeah, that's like injured soldiers as well.
During this
One
time,
person got injury,
the
you need to try and get them out.
members of the 55th
That's
SAC
pain.
and Seaborn continuously called for
I
reinforcements.
say there's another 3 groups, sorry.
This led the remaining special action companies to advance, but then eventually retreated as they were met with gunfire.
I think all 3 didn't go. All 3 in reality, you
At
know,
the same time, the situation reached SAF Director Getulio Napeñas Jr.,
make the call.
the commander
You need
who
more help.
oversees the operation.
If you're sending your support in and they're retreating
Camp,
quickly,
Napeñas sends a
you need to
message
send more
to
force
the
in.
Army 6th Infantry Division commander, informing him about the operation.
He should have been informed
However,
way before in
according
advance.
to the commander, he did receive the message, but it did not mention the need for reinforcements.
Okay, so he thought it was just getting made aware of the situation.
Fortunately,
Nothing's
the
wrong.
said commander, Major General Pangilinan, sent out a reinforcement team after details of the ongoing firefight have circulated.
So text messages have got to him, and it's like,
Pangilinan
okay,
orders the
let's
Brigadier
go.
General of the AFP to notify the MILF of the situation, which again was in an ongoing peace talks with the government.
So what now? They'll call the MILF, they'll call the soldiers like, get out, this is
According to the army,
this is
they
an
saw
assault
the
on these
Roman
people,
SAF
get out,
just sitting
stop.
on the highway.
That's what I mean, why would you sit? You know
The
your
army
brothers
asked
in
for
arms are
orders
out there,
from two SAF commanders.
and you're just going to sit there waiting. You'd be going in, you'd be making that call.
Unfortunately, they don't know.
They don't know who's commanding them.
After figuring out the location,
Jesus
the
Christ.
army advances.
Seems very unprepared. Very
The remaining
unprepared.
staff members reportedly refused to go with them. According to a report, there was no
300
command
commandos
telling the SAF
refused
what
to
do.
go when their brothers are in a fight.
Without
That you know the
guidance,
chances they're
the army
surrounded.
received a call
You'd go and help.
informing them that they are on a hill in Barangay Tucanlipao, surrounded by the MILF.
Wow.
However,
That should have then been pushed
Chief
back
of
to them
Staff
300
General
commandos.
ordered his men to not engage the MILF because they don't want to endanger the ongoing
They're already
peace
fighting there.
process.
They're already fighting. If they're already in a firefight, you can't just
The
like
army
dip.
then proceeded to extract them.
You can't just go, oh sorry mate, we'll
But
stop shooting you
along
now.
the way, they
Yeah,
were also
cool.
met with gunfire
No.
and forced them to retaliate.
Exactly. If they fire at you, you return appropriate fire. If they lay down arms, sound. But if they're not, if they're shooting at you, you fire back. Simple as that. 55th Stack, this is the support group for the Seaborn. Stuck in the cornfields. 55th Stack, if I say outnumbered, I think there's like 50 of them, was there? 50? No support came for them, they were surrounded. It's only a matter of time at that point. Once you're out of ammunition, there's not a lot you can do. Just seeing all your friends dying, knowing no support's coming. That must be horrendous. Rest in peace to all them. Came to the job and didn't get the help they deserved. 1 PM. So they sort started at 4 AM, was it? By 1 PM, they've lost the whole 50 back. And now, once again, they're like more groups. They're going to push towards Seaborn, most likely. Yeah, heavy rifle and mortar fire. There's nowhere to hide either. Nowhere to hide. In reality, mortar fire is hitting your direction. You just gotta either stay down or get the fuck out. When you're surrounded, there's not a lot of places you can run, especially knowing the 55th Sack are dead. Well, they must have been told. Would have been radioed up, be like, there's nothing they could do.
Lasted for several hours, until the army decided to deploy white phosphorus at about 5:30 p.m.
Let them know.
The
What
white
phosphorus
phosphorus
burns.
are used for cover and as markers for the artillery team to calculate their location, minimizing the risk of a friendly fire.
At that point, as bad as it sounds, if I know I'm surrounded and the
As
chances
the
of me
army
getting out
saw the white
are slim,
phosphorus at about 6
I'd be
p.m.,
asking for it to be dropped
the
on me. I'd be like, we'll get them close.
stopped.
Drop it
And
on
the
us.
MILF announces that their fighters had withdrawn from the area.
So now it's just the BIF and the other armed
Shortly
groups.
after, the search for the 77 commandos began.
77, so that's 55th Stack. Imagine being the person to see the first casualty. They're all trying all-round defence. 35 of the 36. So one survived. One survived. How did he get out? Because surely if they're surrounded, they would have checked the bodies as well. Unless he managed to hide for a time being. Seaborn managed to get out. 9. They did really well. Only 9 died out of the 41. They did really well considering they're the people at the front. It's amazing. 2 p.m. Christopher Lallan. So he got out. He managed to crawl out through the marshland river. However, he did it. Well done to him. If you know,
The story goes deeper.
what's
than it seemed.
I mean, technically the objective
Investigations done after the
worked,
incident
but the
uncovered
casualties.
something behind the people responsible of the operation.
I'm guessing they all blame each other. No, it's his fault. This happened. His fault.
Revealed that former president and also the commander-in-chief Benigno Aquino III allowed his close friend, former PNP chief Alan Purisima, to
Okay.
participate and allegedly gave him control of the operation.
Okay, so who had control?
However,
It was his call.
the said PNP chief was suspended at that time.
So he shouldn't have had control
Investigated for an
at all.
alleged graft case.
That's why you have a chain of commands.
Even so,
The next person in line,
Aquino
get up.
entrusted
This is your
him
fucking
with
job.
the operation, along with the SAF director, Getulio Peñas Jr.
So it would have been him. He would have been in control. If he was suspended.
It was reported that Deputy Director General Leonardo Espina was supposed to be the one who had the authority to oversee the entire operation. But due to
It's
an
just-
unknown reason, he was excluded and was only informed of the morning of January.
So an hour and a half after it began.
With a number of revelations being brought to
Everyone's just pointing fingers.
officials responsible of the operation,
Yeah. They're all pointing fingers at each other. Look.
taking turns in blaming one
Because
another.
they would know we've lost that many lives. If I take blame for this, that's my job. Gone.
Questions arise as to why Marwan was near, if not within, their territory.
Correct.
During the Senate
If they're in a ceasefire and they know it's a high profile
Senate
target.
Majority Leader Alan Peter Cayetano
Just saying.
fired
People
questions
hired.
directed to the MILF, asking about their alleged role in providing a haven for the terrorists.
If he knew where he
All
was.
These were denied by the MILF,
Hello.
insisting that Marwan took refuge within the
Well, of course
BIFF
he's gonna.
territory.
Of course they would deny that. They know he's a high
Supported
profile target.
by Chief Peace Advisor Teresita Deles, saying that the MILF already ended ties with the terrorists.
Mm,
In
But-
a different
and it
investigation,
tells terrorists, but
Hawkins
see
reports
Philippine
done by the
military
PNP
and
revealed
shoot
that
them.
Most members
Because it's
received
a
pistol shots
ceasefire?
to the head. This can be done by the snipers. However, this also suggests that some were shot up close.
Wow.
This theory was
War
confirmed
crimes.
when a video circulated through social media
Oh
showed the
my
brutal killing
God.
of one SAF commando up close.
War, so that's a Geneva Convention war crime.
Besides
If
the
someone that can't fight
investigation
and carry on unless they're willing a threat to
the
your life,
MILF conducted
you don't
their
shoot them.
own.
You just don't.
According
You
to their investigation,
medical treatment, whatever they
the
need.
MILF lost 17 of their members and 3 civilians had died.
Is that it?
In regards to the OPLAN exodus, the MILF said that they were not aware of the operation.
Which you wouldn't.
And even with
I get it's a ceasefire.
prohibiting both parties from doing aggressive actions. They said that they were not able to identify the SAF commandos and claimed that the said commandos fired at them first.
Mm,
These claims
Of course
led
they'll say
people
that.
to debate if
Yeah,
this
but
was
they
a
would
case
say
of
that
a
there's-
mixed encounter
there's
or just pure
not-
massacre.
there's only one person alive. And of course he's going to say, no, we didn't
Condemned
shoot
the
first.
manner of how the SAF members were killed.
In a situation where you're in a battle zone, you know, people are getting killed in front of you.
But the Commission and
You can't really win
Rights
that.
chairperson disagrees with them, stating that categorizing the incident as a massacre is excessive.
I mean, it was a massacre. They were surrounded and they were stuck in a cornfield. On February 4th, they confirmed Marlon's death through DNA matching. Very good. So it was the bloke that got the target. And Usman was killed by the mill. So I guess, yeah, what goes there comes round. DOG files charge against 90 accused individuals. So 90 people involved, not who did the shooting. Usurpation of authority. So they were going to get charged and then they were dismissed. I think that's just because it looks bad in the public eye. Clash led to the death of 44, when they left me including an 8-year-old girl. I mean, declared successful. Technically, it was. They got one of the targets. But at what cost?
The tragic events of January 25,
Jesus Christ.
2016 cannot and will not be forgotten by the Filipino people.
Of course not. You lost 44 commandos in a
During
raid
that
where
day,
you should have had a lot more help.
lost a father, a brother, a son,
That's horrible.
and a hero. Thus, questions and outrage remain. Who was at fault? Who is to be blamed? And has justice?
I believe that the actual commandos on the ground didn't help. 300 people waiting on the side of the road.
And
Oh
will
my
surely be
God.
remembered. The bravery and sacrifice of the fallen 44.
Oh my god, look how young they all look. Just kids. Fucking kids, man. That's horrible. Going there, being that group, knowing the SAF, not the Seaborn, knowing you're surrounded and knowing that no support's coming after you asked for it, you begged for it. That must be fucking traumatizing. Well done though. They are, the Philippines, one thing I'll say from, they're very patriotic. They are for their country. They'll do anything, they'll give their lives for it. They given an order, they do it. They don't say no. They're like, okay, let's get it. Oh my god. That was actually making me a bit upset then. Not even a lie. That was, oh my god, it was horrible. So, I don't really know what to blame there, what's gone on. Obviously, the Philippine military were given their job. They knew what they had to do. They were given the targets. What they should have done was, I get why they didn't notify the MILF. I understand that, because obviously it's even though it's just a ceasefire, they can't give them too much information just in case if they do pass it across this person, which is near their territory. And I'm guessing they knew he was there. Both of them were there. But at the same time, being in contact in being in like a firefight like that, being completely surrounded and knowing there's been a massive attack in front of you, you're going to be on the defensive instantly. You know that your friends who you've trained with, you've went for all the plans together, you got prepped for this. You know literally they are surrounded up there. And if you see a group of people blocking your way to get to them, if they start pinging shots at you, you aren't going to worry about being like, oh no, okay, it's a ceasefire, stop shooting. If you're getting shot at, you return fire. That's simple as that. You protect yourself at all costs. The 300 commandos sat on the side of the road. That's disgusting. They let the army go in and then they refuse to go. Imagine if they had 300 extra people literally just pushing through, breaking through to get to their people. They probably could have saved so many lives and their own lives. But they weren't getting contact from all the people in charge because they're all blaming each other, saying he had jurisdiction, no, he had jurisdiction, he had jurisdiction. Everyone was stuck waiting, even though in reality the army, when they came in, what was his name? I can't remember the officer's name. When he came and said, we're going in, the commander should have been like, okay, yeah, we'll come with you. We'll go under you, because he was the highest ranking person there. That's what it should have been. But no, they were like, nah, we'll wait for our boss to ring us. In my eyes, I just don't see that. I'd be speaking to my superiors in that, like, my friends are out there. We have the army going in, they have artillery, white phosphorus. We can help. And I just don't get why they wouldn't help, why they wouldn't do it. But then again, fear, knowing that you've lost contact with the whole group and you're like, how many people are actually there? I guess that could have set in, but then again, they knew, they would have been told, they would have had intelligence. They would know exactly how many people were there, or a guesstimate how many people were there. But yeah, it's just horrendous when something like this happens, especially when people are blaming each other for what's gone wrong. But it's happened. Rest in peace to the 44 that died. You did your job, you said you couldn't be proud. Mad, absolutely mad. But anyway, has been King Sloth. Hope you have enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Comment down below what you want me to react to next. Also, memberships will be coming soon to the channel, where, once again, I've mentioned at the start of the video, you can buy for it. You pay, I think it's £3 English, and you can literally get prioritization, video pics. You can get, I'm making a private Discord for you all, so you can all jump in, we can all chat constantly. I'm also going to give a lot of priority games. When I do get like the new Modern Warfare's coming out, I'll be getting that, and you can jump in my public lobbies. You have priority. I'm looking forward to it, see how this channel can progress. But anyway, it has been King Sloth, and I will see you all soon.